So, you have an idea for a game. How do you make that into reality? Hi, my name is Kim, and this is how I made my first game. It all started when I discovered the deck building genre. As a longtime Magic the Gathering player, I really love drafting, and deck building games, it has a lot of the same elements from drafting, but you don't have to play Magic for 3 hours when you're done drafting. While watching a gameplay video of Star Realms, a deck building game for 2 players, I really liked what was going on with the main concept of it, but I really disliked how every turn you just played all your cards without really thinking about it. I really love it when cards can be used for more than just one thing. So the solution that came to me was a mechanic from Duel Masters, a card game I played as a kid, where every card can be used as either a mana source or be played for its cost. This makes for really interesting decision making, I think. So what I did was just taking a normal sheet of paper, cutting it out into small rectangles and drawing some shapes and numbers on them to indicate mana and power and stuff. I started testing it by myself to just see if the mechanics of it worked, and to my delight, it did work. It was definitely not a fun game at this point. It was just some numbers, but the core mechanic of using cards to play other cards, I felt like had potential. So now I was really excited. I started making a lot of cards, started adding different abilities on cards, and played a lot with that, just trying to make it feel more like an actual game, not just a test for a mechanic. I was still the only person in the world who actually played the game though, so wanting to make sure I wasn't just delusional, I showed it to my wife. She thought it was okay. She didn't love the visuals of it, which makes sense. So I decided I needed a theme for the game. After a bit of thinking, I decided on a fairly simple fantasy theme where you had warriors, clerics, and wizards, and a royal family that were recruiting them for their cause. When the theme was settled, I started to make a digital version of the cards. Now, I didn't have any experience doing this before, but I really liked learning just by doing, just seeing what I thought looked pretty. And after more hours than I want to admit, I had a full prototype of digital cards that I printed out and put in card sleeves with a magic card in them, just to make them a bit more stiff. And now I felt confident in showing it off to other people. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of work to get to this point, but the most important thing I want to get across is that if you have an idea, don't just let it fade away. Actually, write it down, see if it works. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Some ideas are bad even though they seem good, but if you just write it down, you know. Because if it's good, then it deserves to be made. So go out there and make games. Thanks for watching.